very much. He's there. Well done. Well done. What happened?
I think I had to enable camera access. I disabled it, so yeah, never mind.
So my technical knowledge is better than yours.
Well, maybe so. Yeah, well, I see you cooking. You're cooking, you know, the circle. You got the circle of death. I've just got sad light coming in. Look at my lighting's terrible compared to yours.
Professional. Are you drinking?
Good cooking, great cooking. I'm on the aisle.
Beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I told everyone you'd be on the beer.
Magic Rock.
How's life been?
It's been okay. It's a bit like being retired as a snooker player and not having anything to do. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you cope with boredom?
Well, listen, when you're as boring as I am, it's easy. I mean, like, this is exciting for me. I'm surrounded by all my records. It's just like a long holiday, isn't it? It's terrible, I know. My lighting's terrible.
You must. I just miss having something to do. I don't know when I was talking to Lauren today. I said, when do you think I'll get on a plane to go somewhere and do something?
I don't even want to go on another plane. There's a lot of people who are not. I don't want to go on a train or a plane. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like, nobody really knows the outcome, but I don't want to be in a trapped environment. You know. I was thinking today, like, when it all sort of unloads again. What about swimming pools? Swimming pools are finished, aren't they?
I can't swim, so it doesn't affect me.
Yeah, you can't swim. Yeah, right. I remember getting you safely to shore once in Hong Kong.
Yeah, good story. You should tell it. It was a good story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but yeah, I'm not a swimmer either. But I mean, like, anybody that likes swimming, I mean, do you want to go in the water?
Can it survive in water?
I haven't got a clue.
No one said that one. Can it survive in water?
That's why I'm drinking alcohol. I'm not drinking that water stuff.
And you're
apart from
you're eating meat as well since this has happened. Oh, sorry.
No,
Big exclusive.
Yeah, I've just relented, and yeah. I was down to only eating fish, but I've gone backwards now.
Because you've been doing a cooking, aren't you? Barbecuing and stuff.
Yeah, but it just seemed easier to.
You didn't send any pictures. I did ask for pictures, but you didn't send any.
When the sausages and burgers were sort of going, I just went, well, just one mouthful. It tasted really nice. I mean, like, I don't feel happy with myself, you know, but I can stop again afterwards.
And you're on Series 4 of Curb.
Series 4 of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah, I thought Series 3 was a bit weak.
What Series 3? Which one is 3 again?
It comes after 2. It's before 4.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
One, yeah.
3 is 3's the one. What's the one where he's rehearsing for the producers? What's that one?
4. That's 4.
That's 4, is it?
Well, at the end of 3, Ben Stiller's involved and
yeah,
takes his eye out, and I think then 4 starts. But 4 seems so far like it's got good storylines.
Yeah.
But Chernobyl was great. If you've not seen Chernobyl,
I've watched that. I watched that in the plane the last time I went to China. It's very dark, very heavy, but it's very good.
And we watched 12 Monkeys, a film.
No.
12 Monkeys. Good film.
Oh, that's an old film. That's a very old film.
Sci-fi film with sci-fi film, but written by Terry Gilliam.
Okay, I'm watching Killing Eve, which is very good, and I'm going back through Entourage again, which is amazing. I don't know whether that's your scene or not, but it's very, very easy to watch. Very, very good. Have you been watching the snooker?
A little bit, yeah.
Were you glued yesterday, or were you? You should have been watching me cooking at 2 o'clock, not watching that.
Bruce Willis. I didn't watch myself getting slaughtered. I saw some things on Twitter, people saying, "Why did you refuse this ball?" Somebody else went, "Yeah, you played some really bad shots in the last 3 frames." And so, it was so long ago to even remember, but I didn't want to watch it because I just didn't
tell you what,
Dennis's face again.
on that subject, Neil Robertson has asked you a question. He sent it to me. Yep. And he says, when you were playing that cut black at 17-17, did you originally get down on the right line of the shot, then change your mind on the potting angle?
No.
He's gone in very deep.
No, my memories of it were just cut it in, and I heard Neil Fold saying it's a natural in off in the yellow pocket. But I've got to be honest, you know, there's room for manoeuvre when it comes to potting a ball into a pocket, as I showed by missing it by so far. But you know, I couldn't play it slower to avoid. You know, I just had to go for it and cut it quite thin. I had no plan other than to try and stop myself shaking, I think, you know. But if you look at that frame and you look at the whole match, I mean, it was a game that was exciting but littered with mistakes. So we were all, our nerve endings have been shot, you know, so anything could happen.
I mean, Dennis was going for trebles in the last frame.
Well, I mean, as I said before, there wasn't a century break made in the final. It was bitty snooker between two people that sort of got under pressure on the last day and played some. Yeah, it was exciting, but sometimes sport can be. It doesn't have to be the best to be exciting. You know, sometimes mistake-ridden sport can sometimes be more, more entertaining in some way. You know, what about that? If I do pot the black and I'm going off in the yellow pocket, that's an even worse. That's a worse way to win.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
What happens? I mean, you know, the whole of the world might have changed. That nothing would have been the same.
Oh,
nothing would have been the same because it's a butterfly moment. If
you're Dennis, do you want to be world champion like that? I mean, well, I suppose you do. I suppose.
I'd have taken it. I do apologise. I do apologise to all the people in the chat room, and not looking at your shit, Snoop. Now, looking at the chatting as it's going through. So hopefully you've got questions already answered. But there's some good questions coming through already. Yeah.
Look at this. You're very popular. You're very popular, and I've got them all written down.
It's nice to see you've trimmed your beard for this.
Well, I know it was getting a bit embarrassing actually. I thought when me and Matt Selt had a bet on, he was growing his hair, and I was growing my beard. Now you know he's bald, like he's bald anyway. Well, he shaved his head, so I mean it was looking horrendous. So he bailed out first, but I kept on going. But it was I seen myself. I done Ronnie last week. I seen myself, and it was just horrific.
You got it caught in your spatula yesterday.
Yeah. It was starting to drip when I was getting down. It was starting to drip in the food, so it wasn't good. It wasn't hygienic. So are you ready for these then?
Yeah, go for it.
So we've got a real mixture. I sent you one. What was it? Nugget likes chicken nuggets or something. That was, but I suppose you don't eat chicken nuggets, do you? I can't imagine you eating chicken nuggets.
Well, I was quite
maybe at Glastonbury, do you? You've had a heavy night.
I was quite pleased when I stopped eating meat that I was never going to eat chicken again. So I'm drawing the line at chicken.
Someone's asked for the swimming story in Hong Kong, so I'll tell it. We were in an invitation tournament in Hong Kong, in what would it be, the late 80s? Would it be?
Yeah,
something like that. And a friend of Jimmy White's had a boat, and after the final, which we'd gone out drinking and everything, and he decided to take us out to this island on this boat, a beautiful big yacht, wasn't it?
Big boat.
And I was through hangover and being seasick. I was just throwing up all over the place. So we anchored near this island. So the only way for me to feel better was to get to the island and fall asleep. I couldn't swim. So Barry Hearn and Steve's driver, minder, whatever, Robbo at the time, they decided to swim me to shore. So I was on both of their shoulders. They swam me to shore, which is brilliant. Which I thought was pretty brave because there could have been all sorts in that water.
Yeah, exactly. And then Jimmy told the guy he wanted to use a speedboat.
Yeah, and he took you on it.
Took me for a drive in a speedboat. I've never been so frightened in my life. The cornering was amazing. I don't think at the time Jimmy drove, so his speedboat driving wasn't any better. And I said, look, I don't want to be in this, but I'm scared. You know, he scared the life out of me, let alone on the snooker table. He scared the life out of me in a speedboat off of island of Hong Kong. So I said, drop me off at the shore where you were. But he got the propeller stuck in the sand.
He sunk it.
And then it went sideways. The boat went sideways. The waves started coming in and the water went in the speedboat and sunk it. And then the rest of the day was spent trying to get the speedboat up and out of the water. So we had to lift the anchor up. The boat had to go out to sea while we dragged the speedboat back out. And the guy who owned the boat was bailing out the speedboat from inside the speedboat while we were dragging it out, so it got up in the air. And we had to then get you back to shore, back to the boat.
Meanwhile, I'd fallen asleep on the beach and I got sunburn on one side of my face.
That's what I feel like at the moment.
Anyway, let's kick off with these. So this is from these names. I can never pronounce these names. So this is from Dai Fai or something. Was there a moment when you knew your period of domination was over? You don't have to mention any names, but just it's a general thing.
I think it took me a little time to accept that I was struggling to play you, because it was a question somebody asked recently about, you know, when I lost to Dennis Taylor in the final, you know, do I think I lost it or did Dennis win it? But you always blame yourself. You never say the other guy's great. You always blame yourself. So therefore, when you came along, you obviously played fantastic snooker, and at some stage your standard jumped up another level, if not more than one. And that's how sort of it does seem like in sport things happen. It seems like it's overnight your standard got better. So initially, it wasn't that I thought you were great. I thought I was doing something wrong. So the first phase of, say, your domination of the 90s was me blaming myself for bad technique. Yeah, why is my cue not going through straight? All the problems I'm sure you would know.
Yeah, absolutely.
To creep into your game. So it took, the denial is always there as well. That's why I thought it was good when Ronnie came along, how you accepted Ronnie's was going to be a great player, whereas I didn't accept you were going to be a great player to start with. And it took me most of the 90s to, I would say, finally come to terms with the fact I was no longer the total cutting edge. And I was fighting the losing battle, but obviously still had good moments as well. But obviously the floodgates opened as well. It wasn't just you. The standard was getting better as well. So I was getting beaten by more and more players who were coming through. So it's a slow dawning, and that erodes your confidence over time. So it's not one moment. I think most of the 90s was me slowly coming to terms with the fact that the standard had caught up with me and had overtaken to some degree. Obviously, I was still one of the best players, but but still not dominant, not as dominant as I was pleased to win matches instead of expecting to win them.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, I empathise with that completely. Well, Harvey_Andrews06. What do you miss most about playing snooker?
I think the fact that you just immersed in the moment. There's something wonderful about playing the game. You don't think about anything else. It's something that becomes part of your psyche. And the happiest times of my life, I'm sure, have been playing snooker, where you just immersed in the match or immersed just in practice.
Yeah, not the practice side of it, the big game, the big occasion.
Yeah, well, both actually. Even the playing as well. It's sort of a freedom that sort of, the fact of when you're doing it, it's a wonderful thing to do because it's all immersive. So I'd say that's the bit I miss most of all. It's not necessarily the competition, but it's the actual process of doing it. A bit like an artist would be painting a picture. They don't necessarily. It's not the picture afterwards. It's when they're doing it, or a musician is making the music. It's not the record when that comes out. It's finished. So whether it was matches or practice, the actual process I thought was wonderful, and your brain's just totally 100% immersed in it. So you have nothing else to think about. So you didn't have to worry about the past or the present or the future. Just the table.
Yeah, I mean, when we were out at, say, the Crucible, we were out on the floor. We're going to do something live for TV before the final. The atmosphere. I mean, there must be a little bit of you as well, like me. You'd love to have your cue out, wouldn't you?
Funnily enough, you more than me. I've sort of accepted. I don't know. I just sort of went, oh no, that's another part of my life. I'm not really that worried anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So I think maybe probably there's a little bit more left in the tank for you that you never explored.
Yeah,
but I retired a lot later, well past my sell-by date, as Mark would say. Whereas you retired and you were still a force, but you decided to jack it in earlier.
Yeah.
But I think I'd had enough. I think I'd had enough of playing, and I didn't want any more competition. So I don't miss that. It's nice to be involved in the Crucible, and obviously the final will be tonight. It's exciting, but I don't necessarily miss it. I think I had enough of it.